Okay, so I am here to help. I am Aisha Sanders. I go by Coach Aisha, and I started NC Essentials to help others, and it has transitioned into business continuity partnership where I partner with talent, meaning entrepreneurs who have vision, who may not be formally trained, but have vision and have focus on their industry. And those are the main people I work with. I'm here today just to go ahead and jump into one of the things that is causing you to lose a lot of money. Anything that is causing you to lose a lot of time is most likely causing you to lose a lot of money. And I'm tired of y'all saying that you're going to go pay your people and you actually have to go ahead and deliver the cash to them or a check, and you need to have direct deposit set up or some other system other than that, because that's making you waste your time, your gas, your travel time is important, and it needs to be in doing your work and leaving and going home, not going to go help people who already did the work for you. You need to not just pay them maybe while they're there, the money is on its way. You don't need to be running your shift and then at the end of the shift you're ripping and running and going to go pay your people. I hear that too often, and we need to stop. So yes, you could for those workers, you could pay them in cash because that's probably what you're going to continue doing, or you could write them a check in person, and that's probably what you're going to continue doing. But that is painful in that you're wasting your time, and there's other things you can do with your time, especially it's your free time. You're not actually doing the work. So this is also a place where you can create your invoices, and I want to help. The reason why I want to help is because I think more entrepreneurs, more talent need to be spending more time with their families, more time relaxing, more time recouping. And the talent that I work with tends to work often with their hands and work in industries that are very stressful, that require a lot of attention to detail, and is high risk in that something could get damaged. You or your staff could get hurt because of the nature of the work. And so you just need time to rest and recover. And you don't use a lot of that time, your time to do that. Use a lot of your time to do admin stuff, which you're running a business, that makes sense. But if you're going to use the time and the money, you might as well invest in someone helping you with your operations, or actually building systems so that you could do what you normally do but more seamlessly. And so yeah, when we go into one of the systems, let me show you. This system that I use is bill.com. This is just one of many, because you could also do this through QuickBooks. And this is not coming from a standpoint as a tax attorney. This is not coming from a standpoint even as accounting. This is just coming from a standpoint of the technical part of managing your data, and also coming from the point as a big sister to even people who've been in business for 2 or 3 decades, coming to you to say, hey, there is a simple way to do what you're doing to save time, so then you can have more free time. And this is more human, more about the operations, but more human. And so, yeah, these tools that I share, you will be able to incorporate tax preparation, or make it easier for the individuals or teams who are working on your taxes. This will make it simpler for people who are doing your accounting. But um, Bill.com is one of the tools. So if you have people who are contractors and they work for you and they don't also have a system and you're yet to invest in that, they can create an account on Bill.com as a contractor and choose to get paid that way. That's one of several ways. And when you do that, you can be keeping up with all in one place where you paid, who you paid, how much you paid, and the data is captured. This is probably one of the quickest ways that you could set up your payment instead of sending them cash app, instead of Zelling it, because yes, Zelle is going through can track it for your bank, but you don't always have right readily who you paid like in one place and what day you pay them or what year you pay them. So if you could send your people to Bill.com, and that is a temporary solution. So anybody could do sign up for Bill.com, especially because they are our contractors. Let me go to the pricing because that's probably why you haven't done this. Um, so if you're doing this for accounts payable, it's $45. Starts at $45 and then goes up. Yes. Wow, so scary to pay $45 um per user, but these would not be users who you're sending money to. So if anybody wants to create a Bill.com account, that's how it was when I last checked. Let's go in here and see. Um, and there's some new features, but if you're new to this anyway, it's all new. So it's all good. So I'm gonna go to Bill.com and it does ask for a work address. I'm just gonna say get started. Click here if you've been invited to be paid by a Bill.com customer, or if you only want to receive payments with a Bill account. That would be your people, right? Because if you're their contractors and 1099 and they are not W-2 and you're not concerned about taking the taxes out, this would be an easier, quicker way instead of ripping and running. So here it is. It says click if you have. So you saw all the, well, you heard me show you the prices. Mm-mm. You can send your people there and say, hey, this is temporarily. I am net. We are now organizing my company better. I'm not gonna rip and run all over town at the end of the work week or in 2 weeks to go take money out of my ATM to like meet you to go give you a paycheck. We're not doing it that way. Temporarily, what we will do is pay you through Bill.com until I set up payroll on a payroll system. This is equivalent to that, but when you also have to consider W-2 employees and you need to pay them, this is something to get you started because somehow, some way, there are some taxes that haven't been paid or expenses haven't been accounted for, including payroll, and need a better way to show it versus going to an accountant or waiting till time to do taxes for you to be like, uh, let me show you. Oh, okay, here go my paperwork, and also let me show you my Cash App, and if you want to send, you see 00, um 00. I only use Cash App for certain things. Um, so it says work email. Let's go out of here. Because all these excuses of why you can't do so many things because you only use your hands for work. Yeah, we're not going for those excuses anymore. We're gonna do this. So click into here. This is most likely the way because it says that they want to get paid. So their account will be free. Will your account be free? Your business. You probably are investing in yourself. So anyway, I'm gonna create one because somebody's sending me some money. You know how I just see how I just spoke that into? I should do a test on it, right? And then go back and change my name. Uh, let's see. All right, so creating my password. And the reason why we are doing this again is because you, as a business owner, cannot keep ripping and running all over town when it's time to pay your people and keep paying them cash and not being able to more quickly, and efficiently account for all the spending that you're doing with your company. And then you can't keep also not allowing people to be accountable for taxes. You can't help them and then hurt yourself. You can't hurt them, help them, hurt yourself, and then you still gotta pay taxes, and then you still can't account for it. You don't know where all your money went. That's why you ain't pay your taxes. That's why you ain't went to an accountant because you're skirt. So anyway, let me make sure I choose a safe password. Mm, I don't like that. Okay, boom. And I don't know if it'll let me give myself a nickname. Who knows? Where is that email? I probably gotta verify something. Most likely, I have to verify the email. So annoying. I might be logged in on the email up here. Who knows? Let me go to another device. I'm going to another device. I created an account so that I can get paid. And they need a phone number. Send me okay. Go with it. Also, a customer asked me today, a potential customer asked me today about creating an invoice because they need to have somebody pay them or send them money. Um, Here's my problem with that. I could just set them up and then show them how to create their own invoices. I can create templates for their nature of work, including itemized things that they could possibly in the future or have and do charge people for, right? They said they didn't want that. Never pay per invoice and never pay considering that, never pay for help with invoices and then let others take a percent of your invoices. Don't do that. Just flat rate. That's how you're also losing money. That is exactly how you're losing money because you keep a la carte. You keep paying for every little thing. That's not really how it works. Please stop doing that. See the train? Give me 1 second. I can't. I'll edit. Or I won't. Who cares? All right. So enter the code they sent to the phone. Okay, I didn't receive a code. Maybe did I put it wrong? Mm. Oh, mm. Oh, okay, boom. There we go. So they're gonna send a code to my phone. You heard it right. Um, boom. There we go. So I think we're getting in there. We're getting in there. Verifying my email. Got a lot going on up here. I need to keep that. Okay. So verifying my email. We sent you an email. So two forms of verification. Make sure your person who needs to receive payment from you has a legit working number and also a legit working email. So I'm going to my email to verify it. That yes, I am in fact. When did I log out of this email? Because I really don't. Let's go with forgot password. Ooh, really has to. Okay. Okay. Ooh, so many codes, so many verifications. That's because I'm logged out of my email. I don't know how. Boom. I need to say that. Boom. Here we go. Okay. So the code to verify this. Where? Oh, okay, there we go. Boom. Okay, now I gotta reset this password. Update password. Because really, what was the password? Who freaking knows? Who freaking knows? Okay. Okay, I'm recording my password for my hint for my password. Oh, Lord. Okay, boom, there we go. Update, and it says inactive. Of course, it's been inactive. And going in here, the reason why I had to do that is because I forgot my no, my password didn't work. It wasn't saved in there. I would have went down the list of passwords, but we don't have time for that. So going in here, boom, Google already. I mean, not Google. Bill did welcome me and needed me to confirm. So your person would get this. Let me draw out stuff. Is there anything? They would get this confirmed. You see that? And you saw two things wrong with this. Two things. You saw two things wrong with this. Long story. So I'm going back in here. It confirmed it. It should refresh this, but let's go with it. Since I hit confirm, this should be coming up. Instead of me logging in onto that. And I did. It's probably gonna make me log all the way in from scratch. But it's all good. Let me delete that. That's not a concern. That's not a concern. Boom, 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 boom. Where is this happening? This is at 10:35. Okay. Take that off. Put this on. We need Wi-Fi. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And if you have no patience, then you could just refresh or something. But just like that, already it's set up. So if you go to tell your staff, your guys, your crew, that you're not gonna keep ripping and running all over town, and you're going to make things a little bit easier for the team. Because if it's easier for you, it's easier for the team. We're gonna make things easier for the team, and this is how we're gonna get paid until we have a payroll system and have any W two. So if you don't have any W twos and they're all contractors, boom, easy. So they do need to have a bank account or some way to receive their their coins, their monies, their dollars. Ooh, ooh, that's awesome. That that domain is really close to this one. I'm sure they're getting a lot of redirection. Okay, so having patience, refreshed it. All right, I didn't say the password. I don't know if you would really want to save this password if you don't want nobody in your money on a shared device. I see what happened. I'm gonna do it from this device. And the reason why I'm doing it from this device is I have a sticky key. Boom. But you see how all I'm doing is logging into the account. But really, all you needed to do was tell your people to create. There we go. Mm, I'm just gonna say forgot password, and I know why. What happened? I have a sticky key. Not gonna set it up there. Mm-mm. Okay. easier for me. And I don't know, do you think it's selfish to ask something to be easier for the team? Notice I didn't say easier for me as the owner, as the talent, as the entrepreneur. I didn't say it like that. We're making this easier for the team because I'm sure they also don't want to wait for their check. Now, whether it's an inconvenience because they don't have a checking account set up, or they have a shared account, or they need to open up a new account, or they don't want to like be the one to go to the ATM, or they have only a savings account and checking. I don't know, but for the team collectively, it makes it easier, and that's all we're going with. Do you find yourself having great authority, and then when it comes to these things with people and their money, that these are difficult conversations, or they end up being arguments because you work with some great talent, but um, maybe all of y'all need to work on your people skills and how you say things to people, and you can't like come off rough or timid, angry, or indecisive, because people will either leave your team or walk all over you. Either way, um, it's better for the team. And you know what's really important for you as a talent in your company is not to be out here telling all of your customers your weakness or things you need to work on. In that, from a customer standpoint, they want to be able to trust you. So if you don't have all your stuff together and they know that, when it comes time to for a bill or something they don't want to do as a customer, which is part of your process, they're not gonna want it. They're gonna tell you what they're gonna do. And they're not gonna trust you or how you want to do it because you don't have your stuff together. So they're gonna always remember that. Yes, it is cool to be transparent, but it's not always cool to tell them everything. You can say, "Hey, we're working on this. Hey, we're updating this. Hey, we're updating this process because we found that it's going to be easier for our customers. It's going to be helpful to customers. Oh, people have shared da 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 da." But do you have to say you're struggling and you don't have the right staff and nobody wants to work? That number one thing whenever you're out with your customers is no one wants to work. Nobody wants to work. Your team doesn't want to work. Um, who wants to hear that? I want to trust that you chose a team that would do the work, not because of you, the talent, but I want to trust the team as a customer that your team is going to do the work because they want to help me. That's all the customer want to hear. I want to know they want to help me. This is a problem that you're coming to solve at my location, my home, my place of business, and you want to tell me why your people don't want to work. I don't want to hear that. Stop being so transparent. I know you've been doing this 20, 30 years, but sometimes people don't want to hear that. They just want to know who they can trust. And when they see you, they want to trust you and already do trust you. But when they see your people, your staff, they want to trust them equally and not say, I wanted you to come out and not them. Because that's how you keep making sure you never get a break by saying the wrong things and too much information. It actually escalates issues. So whenever you send other people out to your customer's house or work site, they immediately don't want to work with them. You have to build trust that they trust your team and not just trust your process, trust how you're doing it, and not just you. Because at some point, you're not going to always be there as the talent of your the talent, and I'm referring to that as the way that we work with businesses, and not just say a business or small business only. Your talent, you are talented. Yes, amongst your team you have talent, but like I'm addressing our small businesses that we work with as talent. Okay, so bill.com. This seems like I'm taking so long because these are the things that happen whenever you're setting up an account or you have to log into an email, you have to log into an account, you forgot your password, and you see how calm I am. Um, Sometimes when you're working things like this, it can be very frustrating. And then you're getting mad and using too much energy for nothing. Your team has seen you not handle your composure in a way that professionals do. Please don't let your team see that. And if they do, let it still be an understanding that you do know how to have self control, because you also want your team members to have self control. So if we're always whining about, oh my god, I don't know the password. Oh my god, this is not working. That's small. That's small. These are small things that make big things happen. Because why are we whining about it? You're a professional. You've been doing this for 20, 30 years. Why are we really whining? Okay. So, getting back in here, because I really want to show you what it's like when somebody can wait for their money or see their money. So from this account, your people aren't creating invoices for you to pay them, or are they? Let's see. I already checked the email. We're at. Make sure it's not in your spam. No, it hasn't been in spam the whole time. Let's see. Okay, well, there it is. And what am I having to do here? We're also glad you joined. Confirm. I'm confirming. I'm confirming here to activate that account. I'm logging on up here. Don't want to do that, but whatever. So I'm logging on over here. And this is probably how long it takes y'all. I'm very technical, but these things can happen to anybody. It's just how you're handling and how you're keeping your cool over these small things. Like if you do this fat fingering that you be doing out when you're out having to manage all these things, check email, see a customer request. If you're fat fingering, you know that this is very frustrating. Don't be cussing nobody out about it though. Why are you doing all that? That's just too much. It's too much. You're bigger than that, right? I hope. Let's go with it. Let's hope. Okay, boom. So here goes the thing 7-2. Okay. My goal is to actually log on to here and not there. Okay, so the first thing it says here is to find the business. So I need this particular business to pay. Tell us about you and your business. Okay. If you receive a 1099 or self employed or own an unregistered business, select I'm an independent contractor. So they skip that business question, or not say skip the business question, but they're answering because they're an independent contractor and you're paying them not as a W-2, you're paying them as a contractor. So they receive a 1099 if you're doing your tax refund and stuff. So they would be saying, now there is, and I keep saying that, but that's because it's simpler when you're doing it for 1099. But it says I'm a W-2 employee of this company. I would say just keep this for independent contractors. I could say that, but anyway, I'm an independent contractor. And then they put their legal name, all of that in here, whatever industry they're in. Whatever industry. I put professional consulting. Accounting software. They probably, let's see if the option is up here. I don't use accounting software. Your people who want to receive their money and not you ripping and running all over town or cash apping in Zelle because it's not going to be helpful for you to maintain these records. Just need to say I don't use software. I don't use accounting software. They can put their birthday. Lovely old birthday. Boom. Social security number. Now, if we run into any problems at this point, then you got either some bigger problems or something. If they don't have social security number or ITIN number, um, or they don't know it, or they refuse to give it, then you got some bigger problems than you think. So anyway, you can also file someone's what do you call that? I'm gonna put this right. You can also file taxes and show that you paid somebody by their first last name and their address, even if they won't give you their social. I don't know why nobody would do that. Actually, I know several reasons why somebody would do that, but just so I was just joking. But my point is, don't hurt yourself trying to help others whenever you're running a business. It's not so good. Okay, it's not good for you. Because you probably find this helpful, but you probably find yourself in a state at night like, oh my God, like I know I didn't do it right. I know I'm still learning. I know I should have known how to do this 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I feel like I'm not taking my business serious because I don't have all of this. I'm taking my business serious because I care about my customer, but I don't have all my paperwork done. I can't send money. And if you find yourself saying you can't send the money or just file the taxes or get an extension to file your taxes, to then get caught up on everything you need to. Oh, I can't find like an accountant or a tax agent, expert because it's gonna cost them. You don't know none of that because you really didn't reach out. I mean, I got I can refer you. That I can do. Boom. So it wants my personal checking account. Let's go with it. Let me see. Is there any way? Because it doesn't give you an option to overlook that. So let's go with it. Do your person want to be paid by Cash App? All they gotta do, the bank that is affiliated with Cash App, but then they would still have access to the funds. What's the waiting period and all that? I don't know any of that, but like if you use Cash App, it'll pop up there. Like if you want to set up direct deposit, maybe if you have direct deposit set up, it won't keep popping up there, but I keep seeing it. So anyway, inside your Cash App, you person who's listening, who have people you want to pay, your people who use Cash App have a bank account set up. Should you be helping them do this? Maybe you could help them because it would be helping what? That team. Or you can have them contact Cash App and then maybe they can walk them through that. But boom. So in here, this makes it 14 cents, not depending on that. So anyway, boom, right below it is on I'm gonna tell you which tab it's on. It's on the first tab in Cash App with the house. That looks like a bank. And then below the dollar amount, it says account, and then it has the account number, the routing number. So let's go with it. Do I want to be paid this way? I don't. I'm just doing this for an example of how to walk it all the way through it, so that when you tell your people, "Hey, I'm not gonna come to your house. I'm not meaning to give you money that I do owe you. We our team has to have a better way because it's using your gasoline, and then they're not paying. Even the meat and it then becomes a security issue. You don't want to be carrying large amounts of cash around. I mean, or do you? I don't know, but you just don't want the inconvenience of having to keep paying people by going cross town. to their house, to wherever. After they don't work for you for the week or 2 weeks, you want something that's seamless and not gonna cost you that much. I know you do because it's costing you gas and it's costing you time. Anything that's costing you time is costing you money. So it's costing you money more than one way. What is the name of the bank with Cash App? It is start with a S. Certain. And then you put so anyway, it gives them if they click on that underneath the amount they got in their Cash App, like the 14 cent I got. And then underneath that, it gives the routing number and then it gives the account number. The name of the bank for Cash App is Sutton Bank. That's just an example in that if somebody wants to continue getting their money by Cash App, but you are in control of your company as a talent that I'm working with, and you get to decide how you want to then send the money out by payroll. And this is a temporary solution because they are independent contractors and you're not taking any taxes out, and they are contractors for whatever period of time, and you need to find a better way to record making payments to them. And this is how you can do it temporarily until you use an accounting system. There is an accounting system I would like to share. I will share on another occasion. Mm. So it says I have to I have to correct my entry. So I must not have put the routing number in right correctly. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what I did. I switched two numbers. Boom. All right, and we're waiting. Do you want expedited instant transfer? Deposit in minutes, available 24/7. It'll take the fee is 1% of the payment. So, or ACH delivery, deposit in 2 to 4 business days. There's no fee. So, I don't know if you would help your people out and pay them 2 to 4 days. So maybe pay them on Monday. Like start a payroll system and saying what day of the week do you get. You already probably pay them on Fridays, right? Physically hand deliver it to them. So maybe you could start paying them on Tuesdays and then get their money by Friday. Or do you have a team who once they get their money, you're not gonna hear from them next day? And so if they don't work on the weekends, um, is giving is them receiving their money like this. These are things that don't really relate to you directly. But if you don't have a HR person and you want to pay your people and you need to immediately start accounting for how you are investing in your company and money is going in and out, you got to just start incorporating some tools if you're not going to go ahead and hire staff to do this. And if you're not going to pay for software and learn how to do it, this is an easy to use tool in that yes, your company needs to create an account, but I'm telling you that there are some of your staff who are waiting for their check, and then you're having to hand deliver money, and that's not convenient for neither you nor the staff. So my suggestion is do this on they can decide how quickly they want to receive their money. In that, do they want to accept taking the 1% out like the day. So if you pay them on Friday and they want their money right on Friday, between them and this system, they need to decide if they're willing to have 1% come out. So the same day that somebody sends the money or makes a payment to them, they get it. Or are they willing to wait 2 to 4 business days? Which if you pay them on Friday, does that mean they don't get it till like Wednesday? And then at the latest, and then or do you take that into consideration and then start paying them on Wednesday for them to at most likely receive it on Friday at the earliest, and maybe I don't know, or Monday at the latest? Do you take that into consideration? I don't know. I don't know how much you care about your people, but all I know is I don't want money coming out like that. So I'm choosing 2 to 4 business days if your company wants to be paying me, but like this is not how you pay me when I work with you if you are talent that I work with. But this is just an example. So it has the speed. It says right how they want to get paid. So I'm saving the speed. Boom, boom, boom. Excuse me. This is a very boring conversation, but like very exciting for the people who are receiving payment from you, and could be exciting to you because this is a way. Again, you're gonna save time, you're gonna save money, and then you're gonna save money from traveling to do this multiple times. So let me screenshot this. Boom. Oh, it says I. Okay, there we go. I screenshot. So it says you don't have any connections yet. Send your vendor or customer your payment network ID. So each of your people will have a payment ID so that whenever you go to pay them or send money, you'll have access to their payment ID. So they need to give it to you and ask them to connect with you. If you haven't finished setting up your account, you'll be able to finish setting up once it's connected. And this ID of theirs is in their records. 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 If you get me, you get it. Anyway. So let's see what this looks like. They would not be adding a business to their account. They would be sharing with you on your account, sharing with you. So then when you go to set up your account, and yes, you may have a monthly rate, but again, isn't that going to save you time? And you're not paying per user with the people who are receiving as contractors because they're not most likely serving as admin on this account that you set up with Bill.com. You would be creating you would be creating a business account much like I did, except that you'll be putting in your business name and not necessarily you, but you'll be listing yourself. Or either listing yourself as an admin, or you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me for help because I am happy to help you. And I'm at NC Essentials. You can now find us at nce.company online. nce.company. 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 So anyway, it's pretty easy for you to set this up. If you can do social media and set up accounts and do all that, you could set this account up. But if you are confused or unsure or just have other questions, I can definitely help you with Bill.com. Why can I help you? Because I've been using Bill.com for the last 5 years, and I've been helping other clients, much like you, other talents, much like you, and as well, it's easy to do. But what I have successfully done is created a system for people who are very um, anti-computers when it came to payments. People who were very anti-software when it came to uh, um, managing their business, and help talents who also don't sit at computers for their daily work. And I have created some customized templates for them. So the times when they have grown to be comfortable setting it up, they can go onto their tablets while they are outside working. So they would have something that's safe and like either waterproof or like more like damage proof, and to be putting in the using the templates and creating invoices so they can get paid, their company can get paid. And this is the similar way in which they can pay their contractors. I don't necessarily recommend it for W2, but like I can go in there and see what it's like to receive or pay W2. But this is not the tool that I'm recommending for paying W2, because you will want to have certain integrations or certain things done to account for the taxes without you having to yourself. You understand? You got me? So thank you so much for listening. Again, I am Coach Aisha. I am here at NC Essentials Co. And I'm here to help talent like you who don't have much time and don't have a full staff and want to be able to still manage their business and incorporate tools slowly or more aggressively, but like with help. Okay. And I can definitely help you. And that's what I'm here for. So make sure you reach out to me here on our website, nce.company. Thank you so much. Be blessed.